Right, round two. So I had to record this again because I talked for about 15 minutes and it didn't record anything. So let's see if we can give this another go. I think it's worth it. All right, so this video is about theories of where we are. It's one of the most speculated questions outside of where we came from in our very existence, of how we got here, what we're made of, and is the Big Bang real? You know, those sort of questions, like the real heart-throbbing ones, right? A lot of people say in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you've been, right? And I kind of agree with that. It helps you to kind of retrace your steps and have a better sense of knowing, right? It's like being keen on your senses. So this first picture that I'm showing is a picture taken from the Voyager in 1990, and it's supposed to be a picture from the Voyager, which is some sort of probe. It took that many years to develop, apparently, and this is supposed to be Earth. It says you, me, and everyone else, right? And it's pointing to this dot, right? That's right here. This is where we are, apparently, right? Outside of the vastness of darkness, right? This is supposed to be us, and you see this streak of what appears to be red, right? So it reminds me of the Milky Way, maybe. It's quite intriguing to see. It's quite intriguing to speculate, and it also makes you feel just as small as this dot that you're looking at. I have questions like, where is Mars, for instance? I really do hope this records because this is quite good. Anyway, like, where's Mars? Where's the sun? You know, how can it block out that much light? Apparently, right? Where are what's going on? Right? It makes you feel very small, and it almost just looks like a black room, and it's so small. Very first time that I saw that photo, I was shocked. I was also shocked and surprised that NASA actually came out with this information, and National Geographic posted the moon seems to hang in the balance between Earth's atmosphere and the blackness of space, in a picture taken from the International Space Station. Photography by Reed Wiseman, NASA. Which is quite obvious that the moon is in Earth's atmosphere. Once again, looking at this photo, no stars, no nothing, no sun. I mean, it's just completely black. I have questions, right? It makes me wonder, why are these secrets even kept from us? How amazing or heart-wrenching is it actually? A lot of speculation goes into the firmament, which is stated in Genesis. Some people don't even believe in the Bible, but have this theory that we are living within something, right? Something that is impenetrable, you know, that you can't just go through. So how are these pictures being taken? To me, this is still within the firmament, let's say, if that does exist, right? This is still within it. This is still within Earth's atmosphere. And technically, the moment that we leave outside of our houses, matter of fact, even being inside of our houses, we are in outer space. Okay, we're breathing that air, no matter what, firmament or not. We are still a part of this time space reality, if you want to call it, right? But we don't have that third person perspective, I guess. Whatever perspective it is, we can actually see where we are. Here's another photo. I mean, it's just quite obvious. At least a couple weeks out of every month, we get to see this moon, you know, within Earth's atmosphere. So it's nice to know we're not too crazy for believing in that. And you have this picture, you are here, right? So it looks just like another star in the sky. So are you telling me that all the stars in the sky are just planets then? I mean, what's really going on? Because this thing is a dot. It's not standing out from really much of anything else, you know? And I mean, look at this. This looks like a whole nother galaxy right here, right? Especially this one, this blue one down here. Just look at it. We definitely know this can't be true. They could not have taken this picture because, I mean, what type of equipment are you using, bro? Right? We've all seen the typical pictures of Earth. The pictures that we've seen, even the physical globes that are used in schools, XYZ, they look like this. Something similar to the effect. Believe it or not, it's not up to me to decide for you, but I know they didn't take this picture. There's no way. So then I found this. I found this to be quite interesting because I'm like, man, this picture right here is so much more believable, right? Look at the clouds and everything. I mean, it kind of replicates the sky that we at least see. It makes a little bit more sense, like make it make sense. Since the image above has been getting a lot of attention on social media lately, I'm getting notes on Twitter and Facebook about it even now, a couple of weeks after it went viral. The caption varies from place to place, but generally doesn't have much info, simply stating a variation of the Earth as seen from Hubble Space Telescope, right? So this is seen from the telescope. It goes on to say, okay, first, read the title of this article again. Great. Now, second, this image is in reality CGI created by Mike Keefe. It's actually part of a very cool animation. I won't go into details about that aspect of it since Snopes has, as is its usual way, done so capably, right? Didn't go into the CGI thing, but nonetheless, CGI is animation. The lineal version of graphic design, a lot of them are compilations of thousands of or millions of photos from one telescope to get this one picture. But oh my gosh, how vast would it have to be to take a picture up this close, right? Make it make sense. How do we go from this to this? And my oh my, if this picture is true, it's like, wow, we are literally dangling in the middle of nothing. It makes you feel very small. So then we have this photo, which a lot of people have seen, a lot of people have not. This is a photo that was supposedly taken in Antarctica. I don't believe it, but it's often associated with Admiral Byrd, who someone who worked for the government that was able to go to Antarctica in the 1950s or so. I cannot remember the exact year. But he has plenty of interviews. You can actually look him up on YouTube, right? Or BTube is another website. But he explained that the earth was hollow. And this is not a conspiracy video about, let's call it, horizontal, vertical, whatever type of earth. It is more about where we are and what is going on. And so many things have been kept from us. And one of those things is Antarctica. What's actually there. The same thing with Arizona and what's actually there and all of the many places that we can't go. The way that our streets are designed, I'm pretty sure if you've been in a car, drove a car, especially if you've taken a walk, just to be able to cut through a couple houses, to help you to get to your destination a little bit faster. Maybe a road that was never paved, but now it's a cornfield. If you could just make that left turn, you'll get to your destination a lot faster, but you can't do that. And the reason why is because it's not designed that way. We're designed to go in these squares, these boxes, and kind of just going in circles until we get to our destination, when a lot of times it doesn't have to be that complicated, right? It's sort of like why you can go from New York to Canada, which is a whole nother country, right? Or Alaska to Russia in 2.5 miles because it's just that close. In actuality, maybe things aren't that far. And for places such as Antarctica, oh my gosh, what is really there? What secrets are they hiding? And I'm pretty sure the answers would change consciousness as it is, especially to have that sort of sense of awareness where you can actually see what's going on. Not that life would stop, but more so it would empower. It would raise the vibration of the planet completely. I also found this picture very interesting. To those of you who don't know how big Africa is, to realize that United States, China, Europe, Europa, whatever you want to call it, all these places were named. We were told on the map where they were. We can never drive there. We can never just boat there by ourselves to actually know. I would like to know the actual distance, right? Just how far it is. If you're telling me that you got to go northwest after you hit the Atlantic Ocean or wherever, well, let me find my way by myself. You can't do that. Everything comes with an instructor, right? So that's also awesome to realize, right? It's very intriguing, sometimes discouraging, but nonetheless comforting, because whatever the secret they're hiding from us is quite magnificent, right? We're very special, each and every one of us, and to be a part of this experience is something truly amazing. This is a picture of Illinois. Illinois is what you see in that sunset of the sun, and the beach is actually Indiana. Truth is actually much stranger than fiction. I can just tell that. What does it say? Pale blue dot. Pale blue dot is a photograph of planet Earth taken on February 14th, 1990 by the Voyager 1 space probe from a record distance of about 6 billion kilometers. So this is 6 billion kilometers away. So it's 6 billion kilometers. It's very, 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 very far away. You mean to tell me you couldn't capture Mars? At least one star? Like, come on. It's part of that day's family portrait series of images of the solar system. This picture is much more enhanced, right? You can tell that they put on them filters and the CGI and all that stuff to make it really, pop like that. It looks like a cartoon. But this is the picture that they're talking about. Right here. 6 billion kilometers away. There's something going on. If this is what we're looking like, man oh man, are we in for a ride? Anyway, I want to know other people's thoughts. This video, like I said, I'm recording it again, so I probably missed a couple things, but in essence, it's just intriguing to think where we are. It's just intriguing to know, for instance, this as well, that each planet was named after a Greek god, right? So Mars is the god of war, and you have Jupiter as a chief god, right? The chief. You have Pluto, which is the god of the underworld, or Mercury, the messenger god, and Neptune, the god of the sea, so forth and so forth, right? It's even more than this. But it would be crazy if Neptune, meaning the god of the sea, was actually the sea. If the planets were actually something a lot different. And also just to realize that we are still living under the pretense of the Roman belief, the Greek belief, as we acknowledge the planets as what they mean them to be. We follow the doctrine, the same time that they set. And the same thing goes with astrology. I have Mercury in my chart, so I know that communication is a thing, and they say Mercury is a messenger god. We still believe that to this day. So let's all be aware. And it's nothing wrong with thinking. I look forward to other people's speculation on what is going on. Like, wow. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good day. And until we talk again, my friends, stay safe. Peace.